what we're seeing is there's SNAP reforms coming, and it's come to about 18 states now, but there's 6 new states that have joined these reforms, which essentially would ban sugary foods and or sugary foods, fattening foods, and soft drinks from SNAP. Because what ends up happening is if you are allowing niggas who are the most unproductive individuals, as I was saying earlier, in fucking America to be able to eat this fattening food and this unhealthy food, it's like you're just causing more strain on the taxpayer for no fucking reason. When we pay taxes as Americans, we want those tax dollars to be going to something that actually benefits America and Americans. When you are paying lazy niggas to stay fucking lazy and to stay fat, because the fatter you are, the more unproductive you're obviously going to be, because it's statistically proven when you work out regularly, when you're actually in shape, you have higher energy levels, meaning you can do more shit. You can be more productive, and you obviously don't have to worry about fucking Snap or being on fucking Snap. You don't need that shit. You're a productive individual, right? So when you're allowing these people to just eat all these fattening foods all the fucking time and just eat cookies and eat candy and drink soda and all of that shit, what you're basically saying is Americans are paying people to be fucking lazy, which is fucking stupid. We got 42 million niggas in America right now on SNAP benefits, bro. That's like 12.5% of niggas, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. It would be one thing, as I was once again saying earlier, it'd be one thing if it was only 2% or 1% or 3%. But it's like, nigga, when you got 12%, I'm like, whoa, huge fucking problem. We need to figure out why these niggas are staying on this shit. And come to find out, other than if you're a single mother and you have children, which allows you to stay on SNAP indefinitely. Like literally, if you're a single mom and you have young children, you can literally just stay on SNAP. You don't have to get off ever. Or if you're an elderly person, which is fine, we can give that caveat there. If you're above 60, obviously, if you're elderly and or if you have like a disability, all right, fine. It makes sense to be on SNAP. Like you might be struggling, you might not have direct family that can be able to help you out. Okay, I get it. I understand that situation. But other than that, it's like able-bodied niggas, you could be an able-bodied nigga and be on SNAP. And all you have to do to remain on SNAP, all you got to do is work 80 hours a fucking month. There's niggas that work 80 hours a week, but all you got to do is work 80 hours a fucking month. Guys, that is 20 hours a week. That means, that means you wake up on Monday, go do your 8-hour shift, come back, then Tuesday, do your 8-hour shift again. And then on fucking Wednesday, you do 4 hours of work and you're like, nigga, I'm done. You go home. And you don't even have to do real work. You can even just do volunteering. You could just do 8 hours a month of volunteering and you're also good too. And you could just keep staying on SNAP. It's like, what the actual fuck? That's a huge problem. We should not be allowed, it should not be that easy just to remain on SNAP if you're an able-bodied individual, nigga. You should bare minimum be working 40 hours a week if you're an able-bodied individual. You don't even, and if you are, you don't even need fucking SNAP. Come on, nigga. And even if you need to rely on SNAP, you shouldn't even be working 40 hours a week. You should be working 80, nigga. As a grown man, you shouldn't even be doing anything else. You should literally, and this is something that's actually important for all you guys too, because I'll even lead into a whole nutrition thing as well. But it's important. Bro, I believe, especially when you're a young man, you hit 18 years old, all that should be on your mind is to get up, work, eat, hygiene, sleep every single day. Literally, that's all that should be on your mind. Like we've gotten to this point in society where we have feminized men so fucking much that they think they're supposed to have fun. Are you fucking stupid? Are you retarded, my nigga? You're not supposed to have fun. Men are not supposed to have fun. Men are supposed to do things. Men are supposed to be purposeful. Men are supposed to be on a mission, building or creating something. We're not supposed to be having fun. We should not be prioritizing happiness. But when you live in this female social order that we currently live in right now, you have all these niggas running around thinking they should be happy and should be having fun. I'm like, are you a stupid ass nigga? You're a man. You're supposed to be building things, creating things, working very hard, providing for someone or providing for something bigger than yourself. You should be loyal to a mission. So the sheer idea that we have SNAP benefits, it's one thing if this was just women, but the fact that men can qualify for some shit like this to only work 20 hours a fucking week, bro? Are we fucking dead ass? What the fuck else could you be doing? You work 8 hours on Monday, 8 hours on Tuesday. You work 4 hours on Wednesday. You don't have to work anymore. You get your SNAP benefits. What the fuck else are you doing the entire week? What else are you doing? Like generally speaking, like what the fuck else are you doing? Like the only other things you could be doing if you're not fucking working is just doing fuck all, playing video games, going out partying, drinking, smoking, standing by the gas station. So like, hey, yo, mom, let me get your number, cause it's niggas. Let's be real. Got 26% of niggas who are SNAP recipients are black, and they're only 14% of the population. What the fuck is going on? 1 in 30 niggas walking right now is a black nigga on SNAP. 1 in 30 Americans is a black nigga who's able-bodied on SNAP right now. 1 in 30. What the fuck? That's a huge problem. Because I could get into the black community too here. You know, it's not just them. Obviously, 42 million niggas on SNAP. There's a lot of white people in there too. But I'm specifically aiming at black people because it's like you're 40% of the population, but 26 of you niggas are on SNAP. And we already know how behind the black community is from a financial standpoint. Remember when, we had the government shutdown and then everyone was like, oh shit, we're gonna lose our SNAP benefits. What the fuck is going on? And obviously this was during the time when everybody was really going hard on SNAP and like, what the fuck are we doing with SNAP? And you have all these black women hopping on TikTok and shit like that saying, oh, I'm about to run up in that store. I'm about to beat a nigga's ass. I'm about to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody better stop me. I'm about to run in there. I'm about to grab a bunch of food and walk the fuck out. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Because we got a lot of black women in the black community who, instead of their man being an actual man, it's the fucking government. It's SNAP. SNAP is their man. SNAP feeds their kids. It's a white man who's paying taxes somewhere that is feeding a black woman's kids instead of an actual black man that gave her the fucking babies in the first place. It's like, what the fuck are we actually doing? We're literally just incentivizing black people to stay broke. We're telling them, oh, it's fine. The government will just take care of you. The government will feed you. And not only will the government feed you, it will feed you food that is not fucking good for you. It will feed you candy. It will feed you cookies. It will feed you soda. You do not have to get anything nutritional at all. At fucking all. So in what way do we think this is going to benefit any American on SNAP? The whole point of being on SNAP is to be forced to get off SNAP. You're getting on SNAP for a temporary thing. Because the thing is, think about how human beings work. And this also connects to why socialism and communism is always fucking gay and never works. If you incentivize people to not work, they won't work. It's really just that simple. Human beings are always falling towards comfort and mediocrity at all times. It's hard to actually put yourself in uncomfortable situations that allow you to grow and become stronger and better, which is why most people aren't successful. Because a big part of success is to ignore your base human instincts, to ignore the desire for only pleasure and the desire for only comfort. You actually have to literally do the opposite. You have to desire pain and you have to desire discomfort and risk in order to improve and get better, which is why most people aren't successful. So if you are incentivizing people to basically not have to get off SNAP, because as long as you only work the bare minimum 20 hours a week, you can get away with just the government feeding you forever. You're just surviving. You don't have to thrive or do anything or actually be a productive member of society. You can literally just be a net drag in society indefinitely. All you got to do is work 20 hours a week, which is literally fucking nothing. You literally just have to work like 2.5 days out of a 7-day week, y'all. 2.5 days. The other days you can literally just loaf around, do whatever the fuck you want to do, and like, oh, I got to go to work. And then that's it. And it doesn't even have to be real work. It could just be you applying for jobs or you volunteering, and then you're still good. And the volunteer work could literally like be nothing. You know niggas can scam that shit. Come on. So it's like, what the fuck are we doing? So at least bare minimum, the good thing with this, with RFK's move here to reform this, we got to at least stop these niggas from eating trashy fucking food. There's no fucking reason why we should be allowing these niggas to eat sugary drinks and, cookies and candy and shit like that. One of the biggest drains on our healthcare system is literally issues that develop from poor nutrition habits. That's where a lot of these issues, when the chronic heart disease, obesity, that causes all these different kinds of complications, diabetes, all of that is from being a fat fuck, bro. All of that comes from being a fat fuck. So we're incentivizing our most unproductive members of society to be fat fucks. And then we're like, why isn't America improving? It's like, nigga, we're literally telling niggas to not improve. And then going back to the connection between socialism and communism, with communism and socialism, it's classless, right? It's classless. There's no hierarchies. Nobody can compete. Everybody's just given exactly what they need based off what the government decides people need. So it doesn't matter how fucking hard you are working, you are not going to get more stuff than anybody fucking else. So what does this incentivize you to do? To do nothing. Because if you don't get more for doing more work, you don't want to do more work. You actually want to do as little work as possible and get as much as possible. Understand? This is why everything breaks down and the water The plumbing system breaks down, the traffic lights go off, the road gets all fucked up because nobody wants to work anymore because you're not going to get more for doing more work. This is why capitalism fucking works, because capitalism is the only system that can solve itself. That doesn't mean capitalism doesn't have its problems or its offshoot problems where people can worry more about profits than the well-being of people or the well-being of the culture of a society, right? It does not mean that there's not problems, but even those problems can be solved through capitalism as well. That's why capitalism works. When you have niggas benefiting from doing nothing, nobody wants to do anything. So when people see all these people benefiting from being on Snap and they can eat all this horrible food, like they're not even bare minimum being forced to eat food that is actually healthy to them or for them or their kids or whatever the fuck. We're like, what the fuck are we doing? We need to get rid of this shit. So now we're pretty much at 18 states that have joined this reform to ensure that Snap bans anyone who is on Snap, obviously, to be able to get food like candy and soda and soft drinks or whatever. And even with what I'll say when it comes to nutrition, it's less about what you were eating, is what I will say here. Because this is the one caveat I'll give. Because it's not just about what you were eating. The fattening food like sugar, candy, and whatever, it just obviously is gonna help you gain weight the fastest. Obviously, it's sugary. You feel good when you eat it, so you want to eat it more compared to eating like celery and carrots and shit like that. It's not as fun eating those foods compared to like desserts and candy and shit like that, of course, right? So the thing, even with this, it's not even just that, because at the end of the day, if you want to lose weight and get in shape, you have to be in a calorie deficit, meaning you have to eat less and move more. That's simply put. That's all the fitness knowledge you niggas know. Not you niggas know, that you niggas need to know. You literally just need to eat less and move more. That is fucking it. You just need to track your calories, see what your calorie deficit is, make sure you're always eating in a calorie deficit, and you're working out 3 to 4 times a week. And you will be in shape over time. Over however amount of time, depending on what your current weight is, you will eventually get in shape. That's really all the fucking is. You know, I know the fitness industry, it's fucking crazy. And it's like everybody has their own fucking opinions. Everybody has their own style. But bare minimum, that's what everybody has to do. There's no other way to lose weight, niggas. So it's not even just about the food. Because for me, I don't even eat like amazing. I'm not over here tracking my calories all fucking day or whatever. Nigga, I just starve myself. I just starve. That's it. I just starve and work out a lot. That's really it. That's what keeps me in shape. I don't even think about it at all. I'm gonna be honest, at all, because I just focus on the bare minimum. Like, as long as I'm eating calorie deficit. So if I feel like I'm starving on a regular basis, I'm like, I'm all right. I'm good. And I honestly don't even like eating that much because it makes you lazy. Because like when you eat a lot of carbs, like rice or something, and you eat it really, really heavy, and you decide to like lie in your bed or sit in the fucking couch, you get the itis. You feel the itis coming on, which is just like your body's using so much energy to digest the food that makes you tired that you end up falling asleep, and then boom, you lose 3 to 4 hours of your fucking day when you could have been working, right? So I don't even like eating a lot, so it works for me. I just starve myself. You don't necessarily have to do that, y'all. I'm just saying you just need to be in a calorie deficit. So what you could do is just see what your maintenance calories are. So how much food you need to eat in a day, or how much calories worth of food you need to eat in a day to maintain your weight. See what your calorie deficit is that you can put at, and you could choose how much weight you want to lose. If you just want to lose a pound a week or a pound and a half, whatever it is, whatever you can control, and you just do that. That's it. You just eat it that same weight every single day. You get rid of all the sugary food or all the food in your house that would make you, you know, obviously break the deficit that you're trying to stay at. Then you want to get rid of it all. You want to make sure to separate or distance yourself from anything that would cause you to fuck up your deficit so you get used to it. Because the primary reason why niggas overeat is because you got too much fucking food in your house. You got too much fucking food available to you that you can just eat or grab or whatever. So if you get rid of this shit, you'd be in a position where you'll slowly lose weight. So even when it comes back to this SNAP thing, it's not really just about, okay, getting rid of the sugary food. That's definitely a start, because what ends up happening is now people are like, well, shit, if I want to eat sugary food, then I can't be on Snap anymore because I'm using Snap to buy food and I can't get the sugary food that I want. So now I don't want to be on fucking Snap. You know what I'm saying? I want to get off this. And that's the whole point with Snap. We need to be incentivizing people to get off Snap. I was even saying too, something I was even saying when I was doing fan podcasts outside, which is basically where I sit outside in DC and I talk to people about different like political issues. I was even saying, like, I don't even think people who are on Snap should fucking vote. Like, you should lose your right to vote if you're on Snap. Because if you're on government assistance and taxpayers are paying to carry you, it's like, nigga, you should not have a right to dictate how our country is run or how it's governed and fucking all. Like, you lose that ability. Because then, once again, if you want to be able to control how the government is doing things, well, you need to then be able to earn that right back by getting off government assistance. And it's like, well, Because I've had pushback on this where people were saying, well, I don't think other people should be able to dictate how other people who are on welfare or whatever should be able to, you know, should be able to dictate what happens to people who are on welfare. I'm like, well, yeah, I think they should. I think people who are contributing to society should get to determine what people who aren't contributing to society get to do and not do. And if people are mad about that, who are not contributing to society, then they should start contributing. It's really just that fucking simple. We can't reward. See, this is what I'm saying. See, a lot of people get mad about this shit. A lot of these liberals and leftists and all these dumb niggas, they get mad when I'm like, oh, you don't think people should get welfare or whatever, fuck? Well, no, I think the people who are actually benefiting America should be able to dictate what happens to the people who aren't. And if people who aren't benefiting America want to start benefiting America so they can control things again, then they should work to become a citizen who's contributing again. Because this is what creates a virtuous cycle of improving the entire country, because we give people who aren't benefiting the country an incentive. You see how incentive is the most important thing here? We give people who aren't benefiting society an incentive to start benefiting society. Like, what is wrong with that? That's literally all I want. I ain't even asking for a lot. I ain't even hating on niggas who fall on hard times. If you fall on hard times, fine. But if you do, I want to motivate you to not be in hard times anymore, because all of us fuck up. Anything, any bad thing can happen to any of us. That's what I'm saying. Even with Snap, it's not even about necessarily getting rid of it completely. It's just about changing it and reforming it and creating an incentive structure to get people to get off of it. Allowing people to eat sugary foods and junk foods is incentivizing people to stay on it. As I said before, it's not necessarily what you were eating that determines if you're going to be able to be in shape or not. I can either eat whatever the fuck I want, as long as I stay in a calorie deficit. I can eat whatever the fuck I want, and if I work out 5 times a week, 5 times a week, and I'm staying in a calorie deficit, I can eat whatever the fuck I want to eat, because I'm staying in a calorie deficit. I'm eating below my maintenance, and I'm obviously not eating a surplus. So it's not even necessarily about eating the sugary food or whatever. It's, we should not be rewarding people who are being net drags on society with sugary food, with soft drinks, with food that's pleasurable and tastes good, like desserts. That's not good. That's a bad idea. We should be making them eat the food that people don't enjoy eating, but is actually healthy. At bare minimum, this then forces them to be like, well, shit. Well, if I want, to eat more of the food that just tastes good, like the cookies and the candy and the desserts, well, shit, then I got to put in some fucking work. Is there any, like, come on, man? Like, I think that's only fair, niggas. Like, I honestly think that's only fucking fair, personally. So, anyway, we need to do a lot more reforms with Snap. I definitely don't think it should be you have to bare minimum work 20 hours a week or 8 hours a month. I think that is way too fucking low. I think that's obviously way too fucking low. Like, nigga, especially if you're an able-bodied nigga, if you're an able-bodied person, excuse me, and you're an able-bodied person and all you have to do is work 20 hours a week, bro, come on. That is way too fucking easy. You're literally asking for niggas to just stay on Snap. You're literally saying, hey, just stay on Snap. The taxpayers or the people who are actually contributing to society significantly, yeah, they'll just pay for you. Fuck off. Come on now. And obviously, this is very aggressively aimed at niggas, because even though there's more white people that are on Snap, obviously, and these niggas got to get off it too. That's what I'm saying. We need a complete reform on the structure in terms of how we're doing this. We actually need to make able-bodied niggas work a lot more. We need to also be taking a look at a lot of these women who have children but don't have a man, because it's like, what the fuck? We should not be having these women rely on the government for shit. That's really bad. Once again, I'm not trying to pay for these baby mamas, nigga. I'm not trying to pay for these baby mamas because they raise these dumbass children that commit crimes and shit. So fuck that. Like, I don't want my taxpayer dollars to be going to single moms, because we know single moms are horrible parents. They cannot raise children, especially black single moms. They can't fucking do that shit, because you need the masculine structure there. That's what the man in the house teaches the discipline to ensure that their kid doesn't grow up to be relying on fucking Snap like their mama was. You see what I'm saying? It's like shit like that. So we definitely need to reform that part of it. We don't want women relying on Snap anymore, that have children. We need to find a way or incentivize them to get off Snap, because they can stay on it indefinitely if they have children. So if they have like 3, 4, 5, 6 kids and they're all under 18, it's like, bro, they're staying on Snap for like 18 years, bro. Easily staying on Snap for like 18 years plus, actually, because unless every single kid is born in the same year, which obviously wouldn't be the case, it's like she's staying on Snap for like, 26 plus years. It just depends on when the kids are born, obviously, but like she's staying for like 2 decades. Crazy. Like, that's fucked. Of you just paying for fucking bastard kids or like dumbass kids. Like, no, I don't want the taxpayers to have to deal with that. Obviously, the hours that you need to work to be on Snap should be way fucking higher too. It should not only be 20 hours a week. Like, what are niggas doing the rest of the 4 fucking days of the week, my nigga? Like, what are they doing? Or the 4.5 days of the week. Like, what the fuck? Like, that clearly is not good enough. They need to be working easily. Like, nigga, you should be working 80 hours. If you're an able-bodied nigga, just for able-bodied. Once again, for able-bodied, you're not disabled, you're not elderly, bro, you should be working 80 hours a week easily and get the fuck off Snap within like a month or two. Or you losing your Snap benefits. Like, we actually need niggas to feel like they're gonna go hungry or they're just gonna stay on it. We do not want to incentivize people to stay on things. We do not want to incentivize people to stay on welfare. So we can use our taxpayer dollars on things that actually just benefit America and improves the entire country. You know, I'm especially talking to these niggas, man, because a lot of these niggas, bro, we got like 3.4 million niggas that are able bodied walking around right now that are on SNAP benefits. Like, what the fuck? Now, as I was saying before, if you're a man, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to be happy or just feel good. You need to be working. You need to be making something happen, bro. It's one thing if it's women, whatever. We can give them a leeway because, they're inferior. But for men, you should be working all the time. You should not be doing anything or having any fun or whatever. If you're on Snap, you should not be having any fun. There should be nothing fun at all going on in your life. It should be all work all day, all the time until you're off Snap benefits. And even after that, it shouldn't be about fun.